Bonjour. Hi. How are you today?
I was like, I feel like something is wrong. How would be my stream if I'm not starting muted, right? And the light is not correct. Let me try to fix that. Still not perfect. It's okay. It's okay. How's everybody? How's everybody? Let's go and here. So I'm. That's annoying though. That's better. Yeah, exactly. It's just because I have the Stream Deck and to swipe to get like more function buttons. When I touch to swipe, it action that button and it's a mic. So I guess I should flip it so it's not the mic. Maybe it could be the headset. So like I will notice immediately because it will be the music on my side or something like that. Maybe that's a good idea. So now I need to do this. So today I was trying to fix CB, and I was in the zone today. So hopefully the entire day will be like that because I have a lot of work to do. But I still want to stream, because if I start not streaming, that's the beginning of the end. As soon as you lose that habit of going live, you're done. Okay, so I'm just finishing setting up stuff, and I didn't eat any breakfast yet. Okay. Hello, Fuel, how are you? So I can go here. I'm booting the machine. Booting the machine. How's everybody? Okay, so we fixed last stream the control shift, the super shift B. Did we? Yes. Excellent. So I want you. Let's create another tab. I want you here. So I could go chat. Voila, and I can have my Twitch tool. GT is here. Hello, hello, hello. So 2 streams ago, I thought I fixed the, well, not me. Was it? I'm not sure which AI it was I used. I have so much stuff to share today. I'm excited. It's like all the thoughts in my head. I think I slept well. I think I should have all my hours of sleeps because my brain is going like. You know what? Like the thing that people are saying like, oh, it's Friday finally. I don't have that because I really like what I do. So I'm fine working, but I'm happy when it's the weekend too. Don't get me wrong. I'm just, I'm happy all the time. Okay, let's go here because I want my streams tools. Okay, so now I have my stream stuff. I have the chat here. Excellent. I am just mentally exhausted after following up on all the ups issue. I'm trying to. Oh. Okay, one thing I want to share. I was keeping on all my account. I was getting. We can go bigger a little bit. I was getting Copilot to complain because, like I told you, like I have like processes that go fetch like like when you go on a GitHub stuff, you have insights, so you could see like how many pull requests and stars and stuff like that. So for me in my work, it's kind of useful because if I'm talking a lot about this project, I want to know if that blog post was useful, kind of like was it useful, because that's my only way. Well, it could be people reading the blog post, but also like that it got the effect I was expecting, like people trying that repo or things like that. Anyway, so I'm always trying to get that data. So I build an NAN flow, in fact, a few flows, but only one that get the GitHub stuff. So I'm running that once a day on 12 repos. It includes some repo from my job. So like I'm not going crazy, right? And I was that workflow for the past 2 days-ish, 3 days, maybe a week. It's hard to remember exactly, but it started happening this week. Let's put it that way. Was like, oh, exception because like you went over the rate limit. And I was like, what? Oh, maybe it's like, it's too much, like in one shot. So let's try to slow it down a little bit. So I was adding extra weight here and there. So like between each call, it was kind of, because, you know, for me, like, it's not like, I'm not trying to have like a real-time response. I don't care. Like, go there, and eventually I will check the chart I'm building and stuff like that, right? So, okay, so cool, I was able to process it. And I start having issue in VS Code. And even today, I hope it will be okay, because this morning I was trying, and that's why I was kind of like so much focus and a bit late, and I didn't have my breakfast. So I brought my breakfast, and maybe I will eat while Copilot worked for us. And I was like having that, you've reached the API rate limit. You reached that API rate limit. I was like, what the hell? I'm not doing anything. I was like, I've been hacked. Is there a bot still running? And I was looking, and I was like, no. Like, you know, when you go in your Copilot settings, you could see how many things there is. I don't know, like there's still plenty. I'm very, by the way, I'm very surprised with how much Copilot Squad is eating my subscription. It's not too much. I was expecting so much worse, and it's just like, you know, if you're using it, then yeah, you know, you're consuming your subscription, but so far it's pretty good. So yesterday I created a ticket at GitHub, say, hey, you know, I have this, and I have this issue, and I don't understand why. Like, I'm pulling data, but you know, like it's not that much, I think. And they replied, they say, yeah, there's Stream.io, you know, like those badge that you could add. Stream.io is like spiking, trying to do something. I was like, what the hell? And I remember for one, I'm not sure which one it was, one of my projects, I was trying to have a badge for the license, MIT license, and you could have a nice MIT license, and Stream.io requested access to my GitHub repo. So I authorized this. You know, you have that little pop-up and you have, hey, authorize an app. It's like, yeah, sure. You know, if you're just like going for an API to refresh this, fine. That thing was the thing that was keep trying to connect and eating all my, like my bitrate. And so like all my GitHub everywhere was just kind of like, so I just like, yep, revoke. That's what happened. So good to know. I'm like, you know, maybe I should do like I don't like to vent and don't do a nice video and stuff, but yeah. Should see. Oh, you know what, Fragbird? Yesterday I did, so like I'm like I did it this week, all the training, the workouts I was supposed to do in my plan. And I told you, I think, you know, it was too easy, but I was still zone 1, zone 2, and I was like, hey, is it just because of the zone? Is it because because initially I had a lot of issue where the resistance was not changing. Even when I did the FTP test, I felt it was just me not being in shape, not necessarily the resistance being harder and harder and harder, because it's so smooth, the difference, and like, you know, the increments. So yesterday I did my training and it was like kind of easy, and I was like, hey, cool. And then at the end, it's okay, let's pick something that start with like crazy high thing. And I was like, okay, that's easy. And I was skip, and so, okay, cool, and boom. So, okay, it will get harder. I was talking to that with my dad, and my dad was like, maybe you're just in shape. I was like, no, Dad, I'm not that in shape that I don't feel the zone 7. So when I hit the zone 7, you should feel it. Whatever is your training, you will feel it. Even if you can manage it, you'll feel it. A round shape, exactly. Like, yeah, you know, I'm kind of like, you know, shape, but yeah. At work, I've been told not to run Claude or GitHub unless I run it in a container with limit access. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I read. Is it you that always talk about that Docker have models and stuff, or it's McNet? Forgot. But I know it's possible, and I did try it, and I was not having success to question. I never talk about Docker. Okay, fuel. So it's probably McNet. But well, Fragbird, just round 0. I saw your training, and like they are like, yeah, 2 hours 20 minutes. I do 20 minutes. So you're definitely more in shape than me. Well, yeah. On my plan right now is like back to basic or something like that, just to get back. I didn't bike for like a month or two, and it was the holidays. So I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's try to create an habit and not like suffer. So I think the plan was 2 weeks to kind of like start to get. Let's do that. So I create like an habit of like, okay, it's Monday. I need to go on my bike, something like that, and then we'll start incrementing. But yeah. Anyway, so Docker, you can run Docker local model with Docker, and I know that, and it's also possible to do it on with containers with Olama. So I run Olama in a container, so I could have like public stuff, and I love it. Whoops. So I run this, and I could have it, and it's fantastic. That's WebIO, and I could have it and have different model and things. It's great. And the other day I was like, what's the difference, the big difference between Docker and Olama? And there's less model. Hey, McNet, how are you? So it's you, right, that talks about Docker and running models locally? And we'll say, no, it's not me. I never talk about Docker, so I will look like stupid making up stuff. But anyway, so I was reading a blog post. I think it was Stony Eagle shared with me a blog post because I was interested in their Ralph stuff. But with Claude, the Ralph loop, and he said, "Oh yeah, here, like share, like I will share what I use for No Mercy." And I was like, "Cool." And it's, "Oh yeah, look, that's not from me. That's that guy." So, and then I read some article. The guy was talking a lot about the sandbox, Docker sandbox. So that was like all that detour fuel to let you search. Oh, you know, in fact. I have a blog post about that I read, so let me quickly pick it up. Well, like, do you know Docker Sandbox Fuel? Let me get it quickly. Is it a holiday today? Or for you? Monday was a holiday for a lot of people. I didn't know today was also a holiday. So this blog post talk about, oh, I didn't paste it. this blog post talk about the sandbox. It's in a different context, right? It's about NanoClaw. That's fine, but that was the first time I was hearing about Docker Sandbox. I don't know if I'm assuming it's not like that new, or maybe it is a new feature, but you could run Docker Sandbox. So that's pretty cool. And I know Stony is also using that. But I totally agree with you, by the way, McNet. Like forgetting it's a holiday, I do that all the time. So now I added to my calendar the holiday. So now I see it better. It helps me. But yeah. Or my wife is like, "Are you off tomorrow?" Each city choose 2 different holidays a year? Oh, really? You're in Spain, right? I didn't know that. You're based in Spain, right? Yeah. That's cool. Here Monday, it was a holiday for the entire Canada and US. I forgot what was the US reason, but for Canada, for like all the provinces, it was a family day. But in Quebec, no, we didn't have a holiday because we don't care about family apparently. So anyway, so have a look to if you didn't know about it already, McNet, have a look to Docker, or maybe that's exactly what they ask you to use. The Docker. I'm starving, guys. Okay. So today I want to work on 2D6 Dungeon app because it's been a while. And initially I was like, oh yeah, let's work on the screensaver. And I was like, I feel bad working on a new screensaver. Well, this one could be improved. So maybe we could check with Squad how we can help to work on the issues that we have, because I think some were like, oh yeah, rename all this and blah blah blah. So we could do that maybe and use Squad for it. Yeah, that's good. I feel like with Docker, just like Git, like I'm good at doing stuff, and at some point for some reason, let's say for Git right now, I don't do a lot of well, like one thing I was trying to do this morning was, okay, I want to refresh that image, so I want it to like recreate the container. I was like, how can, like, I know there's a simple way to do it, but I was like, how can I do that again without losing all my config? And it turns out, I don't know, I didn't find it. I know like with the Docker Compose, you could just do recreate, but then all the config is in your Compose file. But with just like, if you started with a Docker run, that's what I do usually for CB. It like you need to drop it and restart it anyway. I want to try VS Code extension and I don't want to install Node. What? The Docker extension for Docker? It's pretty cool, but you need to have a Node. Oh, the dev container, you mean? I use dev container a lot because I don't want to install this or that, or, you know, yeah, that's pretty cool. But like, see here, I have a dev container. So if you would like to run 2d6 dungeon but you don't have that install, I guess that's the first thing you install with a name like McNet. You don't have to do anything, just like open it in that dev container and it works. Okay, so I want to work on this guy today. Do we? Oh yeah, it's true. I'm running on the. So let's move you here to the 6 dungeon app. I guess we'll have to bring main. Main is the latest, so we'll have to merge it to refresh it. And okay, before I start eating, let's try to see. Come on. Let's see what we work on today. No, I don't care about the deployment right now. Application docs, oh, that could be cool. We can definitely ask Copilot to do that. Okay, not that. Yeah, I think that could be a good one. All component parameters should start by a uppercase and map to an internal private. I don't know. You know what? Let's try to just bring. Okay. So main is the last version, but I want to start working from VNext. So let's just bring it here. Okay, cool. So now we have VNext. So I want to move you to 4 and I want to open it and I want to move you to 3. Hello, sir. How are you? So the profile should be .NET and it should turn purple. Cool. And I can go in the corner. Oh, who landed? McNet. Awesome. Yeah, should try to drop, right? And I think I will mute myself. So please let me know if I forgot to turn it on because I want to eat, but I don't want you to hear me eating. But I really need food. Otherwise my head will start to hurt. Maybe you don't care, but I do. You receive your laptop. Oh no, you received a quote. Yeah, no sound. It's just because I was eating and I didn't want you to hear the all the time. Do you want to install the recommended dev containers? Yeah. It's a little bit dark. Well, I thought I just did. So, accept yours. Ignore. Accept theirs. Oh, merge. Okay, now it should be good. Oh, was it? A dev container, that's okay, right? It's not okay? You want to know more about the dev container? What do you want to know more, sorry, Dev? Like how I do it, my experience. Okay, so dev container, that's a good question, by the way. So dev container are a developer environment for your app. You can run it locally, you could run it in code space if you want on GitHub. And it's a JSON file with some definition. So you could run an image, you could specify some stuff. And there's, when you create one, there's specification, but I'm already getting into the details. So what it is, it's a dev environment for your apps. So let's say I'm building, well, you remember Jason, the guy who used to work with, like, stream with me, and like he was floating in the cloud. He didn't have all the dev environment because he was less focused on code. He was more a DevOps guy. So having a dev container, for him, he could just like clone the GitHub environment and then run inside a container, and you don't have to install .NET or any languages or any tools that the app required for being able to work. Like when I say tool, it's not true. Like dev tool, like coding tool, like, you know, if you want still an IDE, you know, you still need one, but you don't have to install Python or not, like all the languages and stuff like that, or like if I want a specification tool to emulate something, I could just put it inside a container and you could just run that. So you're running there. Yeah, Jason Han. He worked now at Datadog. So dev container, that's one thing. It create that dev environment. You could also specify some VS Code extension. So that way, if you say, hey, you know what, you should totally have a tool. I know, like for JavaScript, there's a lot of I forgot how they call the language validation things there, or maybe for here, for example, say, hey, you should use the dev toolkit, the C# dev toolkit, because like it's a .NET, and I think the experience it is a lot improved by this extension if you do .NET. So I had it there. You could also have specific command. So here I say, hey, you know what? Install Aspire, because the image I could refresh that, by the way. It's using .NET 9, so back in .NET 9 you had to install Aspire. So you could do that. You could do a bunch of stuff. So it's really helpful for that. So it's like the you know, like a VM, but it's a container. So you could run that anywhere. Then like connect your editor to that dev environment. So you just work with your UI, but in that environment. So you didn't install anything, you didn't change anything on your local machine. So it's really helpful for security purposes, because then like there is the whatever program you're running doesn't have access to your computer. It's really helpful for like repeating an environment, right? And stuff like that. Exactly. But like you couldn't install Rider, right? Rider still need to be on your computer. I'll mute myself. Yep. You can install, and the container could be whatever you want. And usually, for most of your case, but like let's put it globally. It will only be like that one file. Here I have a little bit more because I was trying to do stuff, and you could even have your own Docker file and things like that. No. The container runs inside Docker, and your VS Code connect to it. Just so, like, if you're running it, if I go here, you know, here you could do like, hey, clone or run in a code space, right? And if you run in code space, it will create an environment, a dev container, but because it's in the cloud and like you have a different, it will use VS Code web, they call it code space. So if your machine, let's say you have a very old laptop with no space and you cannot run Docker, you could say, I want to create my dev container or my code space because, you know, it's here. there, and then with your VS Code say, hey, I want to go, you go in the remote and say, I want to attach to a dev container, and you attach the container where it runs. They just name it because instead of like creating like a proper Docker file, it's a JSON document. And most of the time, it will be like you're starting from the .NET image or like the JavaScript, you know. Let's open a new, what's the shortcut again? I forgot. This? Yeah. Let's move you to let's move you here. Let's make it bigger. Let's open in the folder. Oh yeah. Let's open here. So let's say, I trust. So let's say I want to start working on Python, but I don't have Python installed on this computer. I do, but let's pretend. So one thing I can do is I could come here and say, I want to create a new dev container, right? So I click this, and now I have all those predefined dev container. I can create my own, and most of the time what you do is you start using one of those and then customize it the way you want. So let's say I want .NET with Node.js, TypeScript, and MySQL in it. And since early dev these days, I think you do a lot of that database. I think that, or maybe like .NET and SQL Server, Azure SQL. Or maybe .NET Aspire and Azure SQL. Or maybe you want like whatever things, and you could search, like if I do Python, and like you have different environment. But let's go with .NET, since I think we all more familiar with .NET. So let's go with what was the? Okay, so this one I think it's cool because there's a lot of stuff. Or Aspire. Okay, let's go .NET with Aspire and SQL, Azure SQL. Oh, MS SQL. Let's go with this one. So I create a dev container. I could add additional option. I could have explored that to show you. Sorry. So right now, it is creating the container and all the dependency that would define by that definition. You're a JavaScript guy, right, Fragburn? I forgot. I think you're a JavaScript guy. It fails. Yay. Oh, I know. I think one of the great thing about running it on Linux, and that's one of the reason why I was running Punman, was unable to source resolve. Was the problem, it's often requiring to have the, this color is really bad. Oh, it didn't create anything. So here, see, like, you could add all those feature if you want. To add more, whoop, did I? The music stuff. What's happening? Is it just super low? Is it just me? Oh, that was weird. So that's the thing with the dev container. So it create a Docker container and then your editor connect to it. And it just, for you, it just worked. So it's pretty cool. Okay, let's try to see if we can run our 2d6 dungeon app. So we'll just F5 it. I think every time I go with Aspire, it doesn't work the way I expect. Should I do C# or Aspire? Any thoughts? That's a good question, Magnet. So, yeah, Aspire, and I was talking to that with one of my friends this week. Aspire is really a dev tool, right? An app host. It defines, in the app host file, it defines what my solution required to run. So here I say, hey, it will be a distribute application, so like multi-component stuff. And I say, okay, I want a database, I want a MySQL database, so give me a MySQL database. And I could decide I want some admin tools, and here I say, okay, and then like make the data persistent, so it's useful because every time you stop something, you don't want to lose all your data in the database, except if you delete the container. So have this, and then I say, okay, inside my MySQL server, I want a database and use that script. So I use that, and for me here, I say, hey, I want the data API builder, so that's an API that is generated, right? So I say, give me that, so we'll create that, and then I say, I want also a web app, and use the code here, just like, and make them talk to each other. So when I say with reference and stuff like that, so Aspire will create containers for the stuff I don't have. So for example, I don't have a database, so it will run the database in a container. I don't have the data API builder, so we'll run the data API builder, the DAB, inside a container. I have my app, so we'll probably run it locally, but it could run it also in a, but if I don't have .NET, how can I do all the things I need to do, compiling and stuff like that? You need .NET SDK install, right? So running in a dev container gives you the capability to building, like compiling or validating, or like do whatever that language you're using required. And then using different resource, that's Aspire. But like the two works very well together. Yeah. You could also say, connect to that container that I have already running. No? Why not? Sorry, I totally misread. I read, I will never use Aspire. And I was like, why not? No, I never use Aspire. That's okay. Yeah, it is a little bit more web tool. Yeah, because it's, kind of like microservices and things. No, yeah. I mean, no, it could be like you're building an application and you want a database, but don't want to install a database, so you could do exactly that, right? Building a console app or whatever service you're building, and just say, I want this. I want a database. Okay, let's try again. This time, let's go with C#. And I want the app host to be the starting point. I was exploring different themes for machine, and there was one team that I thought was fun, but not. Aspire, use Aspire, yes. I want you to go to, I think it's screen 1. No, screen 1 is here. Okay, I want you to go to screen 2. I need to update. Yeah, I know. So I was looking for teams, and one was pretty cool. It was retro, and I was like, oh, I like that. But I was like, I'm not sure I want to work with that team. Let me. So it's that one. I thought it was cool, right? Back in the day, with did you work orange or you wore green, or maybe it was white, kind of white gray-ish? I remember that I had one old. I think it was a. Well, it was not mine. It was my father's computer, but with orange. You had green. I think the one version that was mine, like my father gave it to me, and I was starting university, and it looked like a tower, but it was the full computer. So like it looked like a suitcase, but as big as like a tower, today's tower, and then you took the handle and then bring it to the side so you could kind of like lay down that tower on your desk and then remove the top so it become the keyboards, and you had like a little screen and a place to put the floppy drive. And that one, I'm not sure if it was orange or kind of like grayish. But anyway, so I saw that and it was like, oh, a terminal with the shader. And I was like, it's fun for 5 minutes, but I'm not sure I would work 2 hours with that. And like you can see even the flickering here. But I think it could be cool though. I don't know. Maybe we should do like a one stream where I'm running that. I was worried that if I install that, I will be stuck with those things. Yeah, I'm sure you did, Fuel. And I like watching that, I thought about you. And I was like, oh, like, you know, if I get stuck, like, Fuel maybe can help me, or maybe he will just laugh at me. But yeah, I thought it was fun. But I like colors. So I like, now I have, if I do, I don't have a lot of colors though in this mode. I like to have colors in my terminal, but I think I don't mind the, you know, that retro effect. It's cool, but I would prefer, I don't look like there is color. It's just a heavy tint of orange. But Hanselman is using pretty bunch of tools to like shaders to do stuff. Not ooh, that was your whoop. Yeah. How can I remove that thingy? That was your computer. That's cool. Well, the first computer I touched was a pet. That was my father's computer. And then then I had my own Commodore 64. And then it looked a little bit like this. The one I used like for a little while at university. And then I said, you know what, that's it. And I bought myself 584 or something like that. Whoops. Yeah, it was something like this. But I had only one floppy drive, so I was in the other way. And it was like an empty space. But it was not like that. It was like a bigger... Yeah, like this. Anyway. I did the first semester of my university with that, and then I bought myself like a Windows 95. And I was like, oh my God, what is this? Okay, so our solution is running. Oh, let's go in the settings. Let's go for a dungeon team. And I think this look better in the light, I think. And I say dungeon, though it doesn't look like system. Okay. Now if I put light, is it, if I dungeon? Not sure. Ooh. Whose computer was that? Was it yours? Fuel? Man. Apple IIc. Oh, color. So right, the C was for color. Nice. My first computer I bought to myself was a Commodore 64 when I was in kind of like 12, I think, maybe, or 13. It was the you know, like there was the big fat kind of Commodore, and then there was the pale and skinnier one, and it was kind of brand new, so when I bought it, I bought that one. Oh, compact. Oh man, that one is thick with the cassette tape. Oh my God. Yeah, I use a Commodore 64, like my uncles and stuff like that, or like I forgot who had, maybe my father, but no, my father was. Why did I have that? Maybe it was for his pet Commodore? I know we had those thing, and it was such a pain. But when I bought mine was with flip drive, like floppy, whatever, like the big disc. So we have our first lobby. So now we need to pick a door. Let's go north. So it works well. So I think maybe we just do some refactoring and see if, what do you think? I think we could do that. It won't help in functionality though. Boom. Have a good weekend, Fragbird. See you maybe later on Clarkio streams. I know we cross each other often there. Where I pretend I know words in English. Okay, so let's try it. Let's do some refactoring. I'm scared. I'm so scared. Oh. What if it screwed up the thing? No. Okay, let's have some fun. Okay. Let's go here. Let's stop the project. It's refactoring. It's nothing mad. It's nothing crazy. But we need to install. There's a npx command and I always forgot. So let's coming back to here. Oh, I can do this from here. So if I go in my star projects and squad. Let's create a branch. So let's push this. Cool. And now let's create a new branch. We'll call it refac. So now we need to install squad with this. Oh, I could do no. I want to do it here. Whoops. Okay, I'm in refac. Cool. So let's install squad. Yep. That's it. So open Copilot, type agent, pick agent, tell what you're building. Okay. That's it. Seriously? Maybe I should check if I'm let's go. I think is there a way to check if you're logged in? Status. Cool. Okay. What else? If you plan to use project board. Add project to the scope. That could be cool. I like that. Yeah. Do we have a board for Dungeon app? Yeah, excellent. Display option, have a new home. Got it. Okay, cool. So, okay, definitely. Okay, so what was it? It was saying that we could do this and the project scope. If you plan to use this, add project to the scope. Is project like project, or does it need to be, let's try it. So we'll clear my screen so it show up. Is it big enough? Is that better? You probably, well, oh man, it creates so much files. Size is good, thanks. No, I'm running in the host. I didn't, What's Yamlan mean? Oh, because like there's all those YAML file created, yeah. Okay, so now it says we need to add the project. First, copy your one-line code. Press enter. Yeah. So authorize was requests. Yeah, okay. Man, huh? I like that security though. Come on. Cool. Apparently, I'm all set. Authentication. Cool. So now I need to start Copilot. Copilot. Do we go YOLO or not YOLO? I think we don't go YOLO. Go big or go home. Well, it's because I'm streaming, so I want some interactivity. Otherwise, we'll be chatting and looking at work, right? I want to be involved. I want to feel useful a little. Okay, set up terminal multi-line input support. Yo, yeah. Yes. So shift enter and control enter. Yes. Cool. So now I can go agent. Now I pick squad. Why are you not? I'm trying to navigate. It doesn't let me. Interesting. It didn't like. Huh. It didn't like my my arrows. That would be problematic. I'm buzzing with. Hey, Marcel. I'm buzzing with YOLO. You only live once. mean, you could set every time they ask something, you could say, yeah, fine. Okay, so now we have that, and just the board structure. Squad default board have cinq columns. I'm speaking bilingual, guys. Did it create a new board? Okay. Oh yeah, and we can type. Hello, hello. Okay. I'm working on this game here, and I want to do some refactoring. Cool. Now if I do Shift Enter, and it was Control Enter. Hey, congrats, Marcel. Oh. Oh yeah, we could create the we didn't create a squad yet. I will wait until he's talking to me. Perfect. that was my, hey, now it would be good if we could create a team. And it's exactly that. Looks right. Okay, so what he's suggesting, let's make that bigger. So we say, Replay will be my team lead. Dallas front end. Blazer, okay, cool. Hudson, my backend dev. Vasquez, the tester, okay. Ralph to monitor the queue. Cool. I think it looks right. Yeah. I didn't learn today. And we didn't have any. Oh, maybe I can try that. Let me see if I can try. It's too late now. YouTube. Anybody want to try to drop from YouTube? Oh, I have a question. Create the squad directory structure. Yeah. And I'm fine with you. I'm not sure why it doesn't let me use my keyboard shortcut to move. This is annoying. Because I don't have arrows on this keyboard. Drop from YouTube. No. Still doesn't work. Thank you, sir, for trying. I thought I fixed it. Oh, interesting. So why? Did it work? The jump from YouTube? Okay, let's try again. Oh, does it only work for me? Oh, maybe the drop command doesn't work because it needs to know who I am. But the other command, cloud, was working. Okay, so I'll have to yeah, so I need to detect the, anyway. Okay, so let me, like, it's very annoying that my shortcuts don't work anymore. I should have said no when they asked me to change the settings. So do you want to edit what? Why would I edit something? Squad team, project context. Okay. It looks good. Do you want to edit this? No. Do you want to edit? Yes, yes, and approve. I didn't want it want to edit. I don't know. I feel weird. Always yes. Well, it was asking me, maybe like, it was weird. The question was weird. I don't know. It was asking if I wanted to edit that. Like, do you agree with this? Oh yeah, I agree. No, it was asking me, do you want to edit? If I say yes, it means I want to change it, right? I didn't want to change it. Like, I agree with it. Yeah, I could change. Oh, yeah, yeah. I know Jeff has fancy names all the time. He's playing Minecraft all day. He's coding. I think his project is very interesting. One fun fact that I discovered, I'm not sure if we got the final thing, but so you know Minecraft, so it kids would be interested. So there's like a boy of my friend. He started coding and doing Python, and I know he used to do a lot of Minecraft. So I was like, oh, you know what? I was talking with my friend Aspire and a bunch of stuff. I said, hey, you should show blah 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 to your boy, because you know, like it's using Minecraft to visualize an Aspire project and stuff. So share the YouTube links, and he couldn't see the video because I think when you upload a video, there's a checkbox that say made for kids or not made for kids. But in my mind, it was just, it won't try to, yeah, exactly, age. But I ping Jeff and say, hey, are you blocking kind of like adult content? Maybe his language or something, though, like I feel he's very professional. So I was like, but maybe he had that flag just in case or whatever. But I think just like me, when you upload stuff, there's a checkbox that say made for kid or not made for kid. In my head, delete inbox file after, yeah, and approve. And so I approve, like I always assume that when it's not made for kid, it just means like it won't be suggested as for kid content, or like push, like if I'm doing like a song, like and dancing, whatever, cute. But no, it's blocking. Yeah. Yeah, it's very like, so his content was blocked. So I shared in the Twitch account, but I wasn't sure if he had Twitch. I'm really annoyed right now the fact that I don't have my arrow keys. This is a pain for me right now. Do you want to run this command? Yeah, always. Git add, git commit. Yes, but not git push. Oh yeah, they decide to to even close it. Okay, that was fast. I would have prefer having like a code review or something. That's a little bit big though, because now I'm having trouble reading. Let's have a look. Can I have it but in a structured way? Is there a way to oh yeah, I'm on a tree. Excellent. So I don't want to see this. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see this. So what did you change? You already pushed, so I'm not seeing it. Bastard. Bastard. I don't think that's what I had in mind. And I think putting capital I here will... no, it's the variable. It's not the... That's all you've changed? That's not what I had in mind. That's not what I had in mind. What I'm trying to do? I want to check the code again. If we go in our code, I was thinking more like in all those pages, right? This was all components parameter. Parameter should start with uppercase. Okay. So that's a parameter. That's, yeah, adventure init. Do we have parameter here? Okay, they all start by. So maybe I did. Okay. Okay, well, looked like it was mostly done. You're in a container. Give full control to Copilot. I'm not in a container yet. I didn't create a container. Well, I think it's a dev machine, so I could wipe it out if I'm not happy, but yeah. AI code bot from Amazon kept AWS underwater, not because of any trouble, but to see the funny bubbles. I need to land today. I need a chat bot that does that. Or maybe we could just like override the drop game and make our own version. I landed before? No, I didn't land. Oh, I have a hard stop at the top of the hour, right? I think. What is my meeting? What? Oh well. It's already started, so it's 30 minutes. So it's half through it. So I guess I will check the record version. I thought I was starting at 11, but I was starting at 10:30 my time. Okay, well, I guess we could run it, see if the game still works. And where was the changes? It was in 2D6 app. Come on, app. And it was in the adventurer. It was okay. Okay. This I will have to check the ducks. Okay. Squad default 5 columns. Mixing. Oh, creating a board. I have a board already. Okay, so it's running. Let's try it. Oh, memory saver. Free up memory from inactive tab. Yeah. So I could load the adventure, and if I'm loading this, okay, if I go in my adventurer, yeah, so it works. Cool. Ship it. Where did I get that game? We build it. You mean the books itself? From here. Oops, need to type it here instead. From here, my friend. And right now he just published like a future one that looks pretty cool. And like there's like I have this one too. I don't play enough though. I don't play enough. Let me go a little bit bigger. So I bought those two. Oh, you don't need to see me. I bought those two. So one is the no, this one. This one is the set of rules, so it's very tiny. It's kind of like the basic, so I need to check in that one, I think, for the one. This is more a bunch of tables and like this. So that's what the app is trying to save you the time to, what is the table, and like roll and check and stuff. So that's what I wanted to do. And then I have the cards for the monsters. So they are also in the book, but then if you want, you could also have monsters. So monster cards are like this. With the stats, that's what we have also in our game. If you load an adventure, let's go here, and you go, for example, in combat screen, if you pick a tug, this is the same thing as this. It's just less pretty for now. So I have that. And I also bought, whoops, I want to go back to this page. I also bought this. That was another Kickstarter. And this one, so like what we build is a dungeon, and here it's a full realm, so like a bigger map, and when you can explore and enter in like a bunch of stuff. So that will be very cool, I think. And with the realm, you could pay some extra if you want to have some special dice, and I thought it was a very fun idea, so I bought those dice too. So you have your different dice. Let me try to go even bigger. If I go here, so now you have a dice where it's like, you know, you have your, I think it would be like this. So you have your, when you're running, now you have special dice that say like your X is this way and Y is that way. You have like a regular dice. This one is yellow. It doesn't show well because of my green screen. Because there's a filter green screen, so like that's why it's weird, but it's a yellow dice. And there's That one is for the doors, I think. So it's 0. It's kind of a 1, 0, 1, 2, or 3. So yeah, so I come in a little pouch. But yeah. Oh, the snow. Whoops. All that. And I'm not talking about the good thing. That's a parachute from Instafluff. So I think it's Fluff Games. I forgot. Hey TBD, how are you?
Bonjour. Hi. How are you today?
And even work in your own voice.
Bonjour. Hi. Bonjour. Hi. How are you? Bonjour. Hi.
Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Oh, and so that's his Twitch, Instafluff TV. What's the link? Oh yeah.
Bonjour. Hi. Hi.
Those are the games. Oh no, that's not the website for the games. Tools. Pixel Plush. That's the games. So the game we play is Parachute or Drop, but there's the Amaze, hill rolling. There's like the Plinko. At some point I thought that could be also cool. There's a lot of things. Like how do I bring those games inside my stream? I'm assuming. So when you let's say you want this one, right? So it will create. So you need to be registered. You need to be logged in, and then you just have a URL, and you display that URL. So say, okay, I want this, I want that, and so give me the link, and it will. Oh yeah, that's a premium team. So let's go for a free one. Choose a team. Day. I need to log in, but it will give you a URL with all the properties, and you just run that. It's JavaScript. Oh, so if you're using his chat tool, it just works. So like each time there's like a Plinko and it triggers the stuff, and it just works. It's the magic of the Instafluff stuff. Everything just works. So in my case, it just, my chat just see that as a command because I'm running the Instafluff chat, so it's automatically a command. I don't have to type it. So I'm wondering, what can we work on though? Yeah, it's, so I guess they but they already closed it. Oh no, they didn't close it.
Hi.
We need an au revoir. See ya. Who was leaving? I missed the message. To Teams? Like Teams, Microsoft Teams? I don't know. I don't know how I would do that. So make this. So the code is refactoring. Okay. I was like, what? All that. Okay, I think we could consider that done. Looked like it was okay. So we can stop this. And now if we go back to the terminal, I think we can exit. Quit. 2 premium requests, 5 minutes. See, it's not expensive. But they will be pushing all that. So what's the difference between those two? I don't get it. Like, why have all that, but then he pushed it, and there's no difference. That's weird. No? Yes, it is. What is it? Get status. Man, not sure. Not sure. Well, yeah, it could be funny. Okay. One last drop, everybody. And we'll wrap it up. So let's push this. And I'm not landing. I didn't land at all today. Okay, so let's, so, oh, I will wait for you, TBD. I did use Copilot this morning, say, hey, instead of like displaying the summary here, put it over there, you know, a little bit more to the right of the screen and make it look prettier. So we'll say it goes. So let's try to see, did it work? I didn't try it, so it's like, it's prettier, and it is on the other side of the screen. Excellent. So summary. The game result. Come on, come on. Yeah, so today we did work on 2D6 Dungeon app. It was kind of like a where are we? Because it's been a very long time. And there was a lot of people who didn't land today. It happens. I'm one of them. But a lot of people did land today. And yeah, a lot of people. But we got SoliDev 52, GT 54, and McNet winning again. McNet, you're in a straight of winning. 94, and like not with like tiny score, with big scores. So we have the best scores today was Copperhead, Copperbeard. The super participant was GT. I thought I would be the super participant, but GT, you try more than me. Who knew he likes when it's rigged? And we see the notes have been there. Excellent. Love it. So it worked. So now we could do I'd. Excellent. So everybody, I have a lot of preparation to do. I need to rework my slides for my talk. I don't think next week, unfortunately, I will be able to stream because I have an event. I have an event next week. So my Wednesday stream, pretty sure. Wednesday is not sure, but I think I will be because I have the dinner, the speaker dinner. So I think I will be I already left the home to go to the Montreal and go to the speaker dinner. And on Friday, I'm definitely in Montreal. Though I could wait a little bit here, but I think we'll see how it goes. But I'm pretty sure next week I won't be streaming because I will be an event. So yeah. So see you if I'm not streaming next week in 2 weeks. Have a good weekend, have a good week, and have fun. And I'll probably see you, on others people channel. Bye everybody. Thank you for being here with me today. It was fun.